Here we are in Warwick, New York on June 21st, 2021. We're taking a look at a 1958 Jaguar XK150 Roadster. The recently deceased owner has owned this car since the late 1960s. At that time, he was a auto body technician at Harrington Motors, which was a English sports car repair shop here in Warwick, New York. He purchased this car from a customer. It was a good condition running and driving automobile. He drove the car and enjoyed it for 3 or 4 years and then put it into dry storage with the intention of doing a full restoration. As often happens in life, life got in the way and time went by, but about 10 years ago, he took the car out of his barn where it was stored in dry storage and dismantled it, removing the fenders, the hood, the whole front clip, basically, the doors, the trunk lid, and individually refinished each one in Old English white. The engine and transmission also were removed from the car and gone through, which is, we have details of all of that we'll be sharing. And unfortunately and tragically, right before the car was completed, he unexpectedly passed away. The car was then, 2 years ago now, or close to, sent up to F40 Motorsports, where Craig, the service manager, was given the instruction to go through the entire car and complete the restoration, which was really a matter of doing brakes on it, rebuilding the calipers, going through the engine, replacing any solenoids needed, rebuilding the generator. The list goes on, to the tune of about $10,000, which we have receipts for. So this morning we're going to do a cold start and a walk around. So I'm just going to get in the car, and it's been sitting for 4 or 5 days now, and I'll start it up and we'll pull it out and take a look. The odometer currently showing 51,024 miles. It had 50,964 miles when it was sent up to F40 Motorsports. So it's had less than 100 miles since the restoration was completed. Kicks down on its own. These are rebuilt twin SU carburetors under the bonnet. The entire interior has been redone. The flaws, of which are three that known to us. There's a cut here and here. Not quite sure how that happened. And the shifter boot needs to be reattached there. The leather on the seats still smells new. It's fresh. It's supple. It's soft. New carpeting throughout. Crack here in the foot is about 1.25 inches. Doesn't seem to be expanding or getting any larger. A few tiny chips here and there, but for the most part the paint has recently been buffed out. It was applied between 2013 and 2016, doing kind of a body panel at a time. The owner who restored it was a very meticulous man and just took his time. He enjoyed the process. This car was restored to drive and enjoy. Not to be a trailer queen, but very close to it. Say 95% of the chrome in the car has been replated. The only chrome that really stands out is something that I personally would have done are the taillight bezels, or the faces to the bezels. Everything else looks in great order from a chrome perspective, and the seat belts and the chrome on the dash. Sitting for 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time, and fires just like it did this morning. It's been sitting almost a week. Key thing here is when you start it up, there's no evidence of smoke of any kind, black or blue. It's been driven about a little less than 100 miles since the restoration process, refurbishment was completed. Is finished in Old English white. Originally the car, as indicated on the identification plate, was this gray, which was some of the pictures I've seen of that color that were very similar to Old English white, some were a little more gray. Driving down the road is smooth, responsive, brakes and